The reason you can't land clients or that your online coaching business isn't where you want it to be may be due to you putting yourself in the wrong frame. And I made the same mistake when I was running my agency when I first started. Let me explain. I heard this story a few years ago and it completely changed the way that I approach running my business. On January 12th, 2007, a violinist played for 45 minutes on the New York subway and made about $30 in tips. But what no one realized is that he was actually one of the best musicians in the world. And in the subway, he played one of the most complex works ever created on a $3.5 million violin. Now, 2 days before that, he sold out over 2,000 tickets in a theater in Boston, racking up around $200,000 in ticket sales, and he was paid $1,000 per minute that he performed. The violinist in the story is Joshua Bell. Now, from this story, I realized how important it is that you put yourself in the right frame. So the way that I look at it is you're either in the beggar frame or you're in the expert frame. Now, when Joshua Bell was in the subway, he put himself in the beggar frame, and he was treated and paid as such. But on the stage in Boston, he was put into the expert frame, and once again, he was treated and paid as such. Now, this translates perfectly to business because if you put yourself in the beggar frame, you're going to attract low quality clients who don't respect what you do and don't pay you what you're worth. But on the flip side, if you put yourself into the expert frame, you're going to attract high quality clients who pay you a premium and actually respect what you do and are much more pleasurable to work with and view you as a doctor in your field or an expert. Now, when I first started my agency, I positioned myself in the beggar frame because we were attracting and landing clients through Upwork, which is a freelance platform that businesses go to, and most of the time they go to it looking for cheap labor, and through cold email. Those were the two main ways that we were attracting and landing clients. So in this case and with this approach, we were the ones approaching clients, asking or begging for their business instead of having them come to us. And this attracted clients who didn't respect what we do and would always have objections such as, well, I'm going to keep looking around and see what others have to offer, or things like that, which only allowed us to charge about $750 to $1,500 a month, which for an agency like ours made it really difficult to take any profit. Now, a few years later, after I heard the story about Joshua Bell and it actually sank in and I put some thought to it, I realized that the whole time we had actually been positioning ourselves in the beggar frame instead of as experts. So I decided to flip the script so that we would become the expert in our field and have clients coming to us. Now, the way I did this was through building a personal brand on Instagram as well as a newsletter, which both of which had the sole purpose of providing as much value as possible to potential clients to get them coming into the door and approaching us in order to work with us, and immediately positioning myself and our agency as the experts in our field. Now, this actually led to us landing numerous high-ticket clients, some of which were even featured on Shark Tank, and were paying us all the way up to $5,000 per month retainers. Not too bad of a leap from $750 a month all the way up to $5,000. And the interesting part is that we were still offering the same things. Our offer, our service delivery, our team, none of that had changed. The only thing that changed was the frame that we were putting ourselves in and how our clients viewed us coming into it, and the fact that instead of us coming to them begging for their business, they looked at us as the experts in our field and paid us well above the average because of that. Now, it took me a few years to learn this lesson on framing, but as soon as I started my coaching business, I implemented it immediately by building a personal brand on Instagram and YouTube, making high quality, valuable videos such as the one you're watching right now, with the sole purpose of providing as much value as possible in order to position myself as the expert in my space to attract people who are looking to start or scale their online fitness coaching businesses, and I'm immediately the first one that they think of that could help them do that. Now, regardless of what business you're running, this applies to literally every single business in the world. Regardless of what business it is, take a step back and figure out what frame you're currently positioning yourself in. Are you in the beggar frame like Joshua Bell was in the subway, or like I was when we were submitting Upwork proposals and sending cold emails? Or are you in the expert frame, building a personal brand and providing a ton of value, attracting high quality and high ticket clients who respect you, are a pleasure to work with, and pay you well above the average in what you're actually worth? And this is especially important with the online coaching business model, because why would somebody want to work with you if you're the one approaching them through cold DM, cold email, cold calling, whatever it is that you're doing, when you're approaching them asking or begging for them to work with you, when you're supposed to be the coach and the one that they look up to and are going to learn from? As an online coach, you definitely need to make sure that you position yourself as the expert in your field. Think of it in this way. Which doctor would you prefer to work with? The one that's walking around begging for people to work with them, cold calling, door knocking, going around trying to find new patients, or the doctor who is so well known, has a personal brand, and has that reputation that is so strong that as soon as you are in need of a doctor, they're the first one that you think of and the first one that everybody else recommends. That's the frame that you want to put yourself in. You don't want to put yourself in the beggar frame, especially as a coach, because being a coach is similar to being a doctor in regards to the fact that you are there to help people improve, and they are meant to look up to you and trust you. And the easiest way to lose that trust in 2 seconds is by you coming to them begging for their business. So the best thing that you can do is provide as much value as possible, build your reputation and build your personal brand so that they're the first one that you think of and are looking up to help them with whatever it is that they're looking for help with. Speaking of which, if you'd like to work with me directly to start or scale your online fitness coaching business to $15,000 to $30,000 a month, then I put the link in the description below for you to book a call directly with me so that we can brainstorm a plan together. And with that said, I hope this video helped, and I hope that you can implement what I talked about into your business. But with that being said, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.